Accurate listing information and tax ID or APN violation. So let's talk quickly about MLS Rules and Procedures Section 306.1. This covers a broad spectrum of different things, and one of the violations that it covers is this tax ID and APN violation. And really what 306.1 says is that it requires every listing submitted to the MLS to be substantially complete and accurate. And that's across the board. The tax ID APN is a piece of this. This is really a foundational rule because it protects the data integrity across really the entire MLS system and ensures that all of the information that's entered in is complete and accurate. And it ensures agents and brokers and consumers are working with reliable, verifiable listing information. A core piece to this is the accuracy of the parcel ID, also known as the tax ID or APN. This must be included whenever it is available. Obviously, it may not always be available, but when it is, we should include that in a listing. So to meet MLS data quality standards, as I said, there's a bunch of information that is required. Every listing must include all required fields to be verified, up to date with information. Missing information or inaccurate information not only affects the searchability, but it also triggers compliance issues that can result in a violation under 306.1. Okay, so the parcel ID, also known as the tax ID or APN, must be included in every listing where that information exists in public records. Again, it may not always exist, but where it does, we need to include that in our listing. This ensures proper identification and verification of the property that's being entered into the MLS. If the parcel ID is missing or incorrect, that listing is considered incomplete. And where a parcel ID or tax ID is not available, such as some new construction properties or properties that have been subdivided, a full legal description of the property must be provided instead. This requirement is also supported by several NAR mandates, including 1.6, 1.7, 1.11, and 1.16. So parcel ID requirements. Let's just review the parcel ID requirements and why that matters. The parcel ID serves as a unique identifier for each property in the tax assessment system. And that ensures that listings are easily cross-referenced with official records, right? There's a specific record of each individual listing across the MLS. And these are unique, so every parcel ID corresponds to a single specific property. This would help prevent confusion, duplicate records, or misidentification in the MLS. This also helps with verification and accuracy. So the parcel ID will allow agents within the MLS, buyers, title companies, everyone involved in a transaction to instantly cross-reference that listing with official county tax record. Is this property that's in the MLS the property that's being purchased or sold? So it really adds transparency and reduces the risk of errors. And another reason why why this is important is that legal compliance piece. So including the parcel ID satisfies not only OneKey's requirements, but also NAR's requirements for listing completeness. And it also helps maintain the systemic data integrity and ensures the MLS remains just a trusted source across the public and with other agents and appraisers and everyone involved. So some parcel ID alternatives. If no parcel ID exists, a full description of the property must be provided. This ensures the property is still uniquely and accurately described. Even without the assigned APN, we know which property is being purchased or sold. We know which property is listed in the MLS, right? That makes sense. So let's take a few steps here. Let's look at how we can correct a parcel ID or APN violation. Step number one, obviously, we want to review our listing. We want to take a look at our listing and confirm whether the parcel ID or APN field is missing or it contains inaccurate information. Step number two is we can correct the parcel ID. We can check official county records, tax assessor databases. We can make sure that parcel ID that we find aligns with that property address that we're maybe purchasing or selling. Once it's verified, we can correct the parcel ID and the MLS, double check your entry, make sure it matches official records without typos or formatting errors. And then, of course, we will go ahead and save and submit that property. The listing will be reviewed. The violation will be clear once it's accurate. and confirmed. Additional information for us to keep in mind. Violations of Section 306.1 trigger an automatic fine under Section 11. So this rule works together with several NAR mandates to ensure listing accuracy across the industry. We already talked about this. For full details of this policy, including reporting procedures, we can review that complete MLS Rules and Procedures document. That's in our knowledge base. And if you need help locating parcel IDs or have compliance questions, obviously, and of course, MLS staff, support staff are always available to help you out.